You see the essential parts of any C program. In this video, we will make a new sorted array taking the elements from two or more given sorted arrays. What do these mean? Let us understand. Here you see we have two given arrays, array 1 and array 2. We can name these two. The first array we can name it A, and the first array to be B, and the name of the new array, let us call it C. So you see here I erase I and j for the time being. I have erased. Now it looks good. Here you see that the first array, its name is A, and this array contains 4 elements. You see 4 elements, and you must also observe that these 4 elements are in ascending order. And the second array, you see the second array, its name is B, and it is also the sorted array. This means that the numbers inside it are in ascending order. Now we have to make a new sorted array taking the data from A and B. Since the given arrays A and B are in ascending order, so we will make the new array C also in ascending order. And since we have to make C a sorted array, so we compare from the beginning, that is from the first element. And you know there are 3 arrays, so I accordingly take 3 variables. The variable I is for the index for the data of array A, and this j is the variable for the index of the data of array B, and accordingly there will be a third variable for the index of the data of C. We have to take the data one by one from A and B and have to keep in C. For that, initially you see that this I is attached with the first element of the array A. This ensures that the initial value of I is 0. In the same way, this j is attached with the first element of array B. This ensures that the initial value of j is 0. And you see that this k as well is at the first place, but there is no data because I have to take the data from A and B. I will do that later. First understand these 3 variables I, j and k, and k is the variable for the index of the coming data for C. So initial value of k is also 0. Now as the given arrays A and B are sorted, so we compare taking the first element of both the array, and you see that the first element of both the array are in black. You see these 3 black, this 5, the first one black, and between these two, 3 and 5, 3 is smaller, so 3 will come here, and you see that the first place of the array C is now filled, so the k variable will go to the next place. Yes, it has gone. Now since we have done the work for these 3, so I am going to make it green. Okay, and now I will go to the next data. Now again we take we observe the first element of the first element, means here the elements in black, and here you see the first black element of A is now 6 and that of B is 5. Between these two, 5 and 6, 5 is smaller, so 5 will come here, and as the second place of C is now filled, so this K will go to the next place. And also at the same time, since we have done the work for 5, so this must be in green. It is now green. Since 5 has become green, so the J will go to the next place. Okay, now we again repeat the same process, that is, we observe the first black elements of the array A and B, and you see the first black elements of A is 6 and that of B is 9. Among these two, 6 is smaller, so 6 will come here. Since the third place has been filled by 6, so this K will go to the next place, and since we have taken this 6, so it should be in green, and since we have completed the work for 6, so I will go to the next element, and again we repeat the same process. We again observe the first black elements, that is the data typed in black, first data from both the arrays. You see the first black data is 8 here, and in B it is 9. Among these two, obviously 8 is smaller, so 8 will come. Since 8 has come at the fourth place, so the variable K will go to the next place, and since we have taken this 8, so you should mark it in green, and the variable I will go to the next place. Now we repeat the same process again. Here the first data of both the arrays is 9, so we can take any 9 from these two. I take this one, so here will be 9, since we have filled the fifth place, so the k will go to the next place, and this 9 will must be in green, and I will go to the next place. And now this is the important condition, because we have taken all the data from A, so for the next place of C, the data will be taken from B. That is, here will be 9, and K will go to the next place. Since we have taken this 9, so I have to make it green, and J will go to the next place. Again we have now this time we take 78, because there is no extra, there is the data, all the data from A has been taken. So for the remaining steps, the data will be taken from B. So here will be 78, and K will go to the next place. And since we have taken 78, so it should be in green, and this J will go to the next element. Now 90 will be taken, so here will be 90. Since this place has been filled, K will go to the next place. Since we have taken this 90, so it should be in green. Since it is green, so J will go to the next place. Now the last element to be taken is 100, so 100 will come here, 100 will come here. Since this place has been filled, so this K will go to the next place. And since we have taken 100, so this should be in green, and J must go to the next place. You may observe that the value of I is now equals to the size of A, because you know the index starts from 0, here 0, 0, 4, 3, 1, 4, 6, 2, 4, 8, and 3, 4, 9, and 4, 4 I. So, and you know obviously there are 4 elements, so this I has become 4, and in the same way, that is, I equals the size of A, and in the same way J equals the size of B. And if you see in the same way, the K now has been updated, and it has become the size of C, that is size of A plus size of B, that is 9. This is the mechanism and algorithm to get a single sorted array from 2 given sorted arrays. And you see, obviously you can observe that these elements are in ascending order, so the data in C are sorted. This is the mechanism, this is the logic which I will use in the program writing. So you should observe that I am going to type the program. Here I take variables n. This n stands for the size of the first array, and this m stands for the size of the second array. And you observe that in the mechanism, in the algorithm, I have taken three variables for the indices. So I take accordingly I, j and k, three variables for the indices. I stands for the index of the first array, j stands for the index of the second array, and k stands for the index of the third array. Now we show a message to the user to enter an integer for the size of the array. Here is the message for the user so that he can insert an integer, positive integer for the size of the first array. And to scan that, we use a scanf function, and here obviously the size will be an integer, so the format specifier will be %d, and here to store the data at an address we use ampersand, and here will be n. Now we do the same thing for the second array. For the second array, obviously I have copied and pasted, but obviously there will be some modifications. And here will be m. Now we have taken the size. Now it is time to declare the array. Declare the three arrays. The first one was A and its size n. The second was B with size m, and the third was C with size n plus m. Now since we will be given two or more arrays, so we have to take the data for the arrays named A and B, and for that we again show a message to the user so that he can enter the data for the array. And here the message will be elements, or you may say that the data for the first array are okay, and you know that the data are stored with index number. So for that we use a for loop. Index starts from 0. It will be less than the size, and the size for the first array is n, and indices are at a distance of 1, so I plus plus. And here to scan the data we use again the scanf function. Since we have declared integer data, so here will be %d, and here to store the data at an address we use ampersand, and here will be ai. So we have taken the data for the first array. Now we do the same for the second array. And in our algorithm I have taken the index for the second array j, so I replace I with j, and here n with m, and here j, and here will be j, and also the array name of the second array is b. Now it is okay. Now we have taken the data for both the arrays. Now it is time to get a single sorted array. For that we use a for loop, but before using a for loop you saw in the mechanism that initial value of I should be 0, and same for j. Now we use the for loop, and for the third array we have the variable for the index k. So k will be 0 initially. K will be the size of the third array less than the size of the third array, so n plus m here, and k must be increased by 1 after each run because indices are at a distance 1. Now there will be multiple conditions. I have already shown you, and the first condition we use if keyword for the conditions. First condition is if I is equals to the size, then the remaining places of the array C will be filled by the second array. So for that we use while loop, and here k, the condition will be k is less than m plus n, because the last index of C is m plus n minus 1, and here to get the data from B to store in C we type here C k plus plus equals to B j plus plus, and since after this condition, after this part we get our array C, so there is no need to remain inside this for loop. this for loop. We need to come out. For that, we use the keyword break. This break keyword helps a user, a programmer, to come out of the loop. And this is the case for the first array. This case may be with the second array. For that similar case, so and for similar type of things, we just copy and paste. Here I copy and here I paste. I have pasted, but in every copy and paste there may be certain modification, because the first one was, this one was for the first array. Now the second is for the second array, so here will be j, and the size of the second array is m, and here it will be the c, the array c will be filled by the first array, so here will be a. Okay, now there are two more conditions, and for that we use else if, because among these there will be two more conditions. You see, I have already typed 2, 1, and here 2, and I will type two more conditions. There are total four conditions, and among these four conditions, for a particular value of, for each run, there must among these four only one condition should run. For that we use else if, and inside obviously there will be condition, and in this suppose ai, because a is the first array, so for that index must be I. If ai is less than bj, this is the condition. So in this condition, what should be the statement inside the body of this else if? This must be ck must store the value of ai, and after taking the data from any array we increase the index, so here will be I++, and obviously there will be one more condition, because I have here you see I have used if ai is less than bj. It may be the case ai is greater than or equal to bj. For that, the last condition else if, because I have to take only one condition at a time, so I have to use else if, and here will be ai this time if ai is greater than or equal to bj. In that case, the remaining places of ck will store, the remaining places of ck will take the data from the array b, and similarly here will be bj++. Now our array c is ready. The last thing is, since we have got the array c, so to show the user, we again use the printf function with for loop. For loop is a must because in any array the indices are at a distance 1, and for that we first use a printf function to show the user a message for the output. Here backslash n 2 times, this will create 2 lines, and thereafter the message will be printed. The array elements of the merged array are, this is the message. This will clear that the output, what is the output. Now we type for the output. For that we use the for loop, and for the third array, that is C, we have chosen the variable k. So k equals to 0, k less than the size is m plus n, and k plus plus, the indices are at a distance 1, so k plus plus. And here to get to see the output, we use printf function again, and here %d, because the array we have taken are integer array, so obviously the format specifier will be %d, and to see the output at a tab distance, here will be \t, and here ck, because the variable for the index is k. Okay, I think our program is okay. Let us run this program. Yes, it is showing some error. Yes, it is a pair of curly braces has been misplaced. So I am going to correct it. Here, this is, if we observe this one, okay. Here will be a curly braces, okay. Here it is okay. Now I think it is okay. Let us run this program again. It says enter the size of the first array. So I take the size for the first array 7. Now it says enter the size of the second array. I take 3. You can take any number, any integer. Now it says the data for the first array are, since I have taken the size for the first array 7, so I have to enter 7 integers in increasing order. Always remember, this program works for the sorted array. So I take 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Now the time has come to get the data for the second array. You see here the size of the second array is 3, so I have to take 3 integers, and I take here 9, thereafter 11 and 13. Okay, I have taken. Now I am going to press the key enter, and you can observe that the array elements of the merged array, that is the elements, the data for the array C, we have got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and here at the end you see 8. This is wrong. 8 is 2 time. Here the data, total data should be 10, here 7 and here 3. But in this you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and here 10. Something is wrong, so I need to check the program again.
सुन लिए हाँ हाँ सुन
Let us run this again. I take the same data again, 3, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and here 11, 13, 15. Okay, it is now okay. You see, total there should be 10 data, 7 data from the first array and 3 data from the second array, and you see 2, 4, 6, these are in increasing order: 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Let us count the data in the output: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so our program is working well. And one thing I have to say, that this program is helpful to get a single sorted array. If you are given two different sorted array, then you may get a single sorted array. Even the two given arrays are same, then you can apply this and you may get a single sorted array. And so far, you know, if you have seen the past videos, then you can observe that I have uploaded many videos to sort the array of any to sort the elements of any array, and those were bubble sort, insertion sort, selection sort, quick sort, etc. And there are two famous sorting technique. There are two more famous sorting technique. One of them is the merge sort, and the merge sort is based on this program. If you understand this program, only then you can learn the merge sort, and that merge sort will be discussed in the next video. So before that, you should be clear about this program. Okay, and now I am going to show you the entire program once again, because we do not get the output in a single shot. Now see the entire program. This is the upper half of the program. This is the upper half of the program. Upper, you may say, upper 1/3 part of the program. And this is the middle 1/3 part of the program, and this is the lower part of the program. I show you again. This is the upper 1/3 part, this is the middle 1/3 part, and this is the lower 1/3 part. Okay.